Hi, Tracy here with BibleJournalingMinistries.com, and today I thought we'd make a really quick, cute card for Mom, for Mother's Day, using our Mom's Day card printable. Now, this printable is, I think it's 5 pages. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. You don't have to use them all. You just use the ones that you want. You don't have to use them all. And it uses Proverbs 31. Verse 28, where it says, her children rise up and call her blessed. That is, and then you also have one that just says Happy Mother's Day if you prefer to use that. But let's go ahead and take a peek at this before we get started with our card. It's really an easy project. So the first thing that you have here is going to be, well, we should probably start in the back. So you have bases. So you have bases for your cards. You can print these on cardstock, or you can just not use them and not print them out. It's totally up to you. But basically what you want to do with your base card is cut it in half. So you can see I've already cut one in half here. And this one happens to be this one over here. Okay, but you would just print it out on cardstock, and then you would just cut it right in half. So you would have one card here that says her children rise up and call her blessed, and the other one would just say Happy Mother's Day. And so that's what you would have if you printed this out on cardstock and then had it on one piece of cardstock. Then you would just cut it out and fold it just like this, and you would have the base of your card. So you're getting two different bases with this. One is horizontal, one is vertical. And the one that I'm showing you today is vertical, so you can print it out horizontal if you prefer. If you print it out horizontal, you'll cut here on this line, and then the card will open up like this. If you print out the one that is vertical, then you'll cut across here, and then your card will open like this. So that's what you'll do. Just cut it right in half. And you have an option again, vertical or horizontal, depending on what you like. Okay, so that's the base of the card. Then you have one layer. So you can come here and get your layers. Now, the reason why I put this layer next is because I didn't know, maybe you already had colored cardstock and maybe you didn't want to, print it out. So I wanted to make sure that I had one page that, if you already had cardstock, so let's say you wanted to use green cardstock like this one I have from Michael's, then maybe you would, use a layer of green, and then you would layer another layer on top of that, and then you can add your pieces to that. So I wanted to make sure that, for those of you who didn't have cardstock, that you have something to use as cardstock. You just print this out on cardstock, and then you have all these elements that you can use as well, the little flowers and the little banners and all the little sayings that we have here. So you can definitely print this out on cardstock and cut it out as well. So the sayings are Happy Mom's Day, Happy Mom's Day, Happy Birthday, just in case you want to use it for a birthday card, and then Happy Mother's Day. So that is going to be really your first layer, would be this one. So we have the cardstock, and then we have the layer, right? So that's this layer is this layer. So now we know where we got that piece. The next thing that we have are different embellishments, different things to add to the card. So you can choose to add the girls here or the bears if you'd like to, or you can choose to maybe use a horse if you'd like to, or another bear. It's entirely up to you. So this is where you get to have your own creative fun. But these are my favorites, so I put my favorite on the first page so that I just, we just print out one page, and then maybe if you didn't want to use these right away, you can not print them out if you don't want to, or you might, use them in Bible journaling as well. There's a lot of verses that you could use, and of course you could journal the verse Proverbs 31:25 and then use any of these as well. So it's entirely up to you. You don't have to make a card with this kit. I just designed it as a card kit because I wanted to make a special card for my mom for Mother's Day. And I thought, well, if I'm making it for me, I'll make it for everyone. So then I have the coordinating cardstock next layer. So the layer is actually smaller thin the base layer. So you can see when I cut this out and I place it on the blue that you do see the blue on the outside. So you definitely can see that it is a different layer. And then what I've done here is I've cut out this little mom with her girl that says I love mom on it. You can also, I thought this would be a great one to use, a little bear as well. If you prefer to use the bear, you can use that too. It's entirely up to you, but for mine I'm going to use mom with her daughter. And then basically you just cut out a bunch of the different elements. You can do this by hand or you can do it with a machine. It's entirely up to you. My favorite machine is the Silhouette. I have the Brother, which I don't like as much, but in fact I don't hardly use it, I'll be honest with you. And I do not have the Cricut, so I can't really speak to that. I find that if I like one thing, I kind of keep using it. And that's a good thing, because you want to use what you have. So all I'm going to do is take my first layer, and I've just used double-sided tape to put down my first layer. So I'm going to go ahead and lay that down here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and lay down my second layer. The taping mechanism I'm using is called an advanced tape glider. This is so old. I've had it forever, but I used to do a ton of cards, and so whenever you're making cards you want to have a lot of tape on hand, and I would make cards in bulk because I give them away for Christmas. So it's nice to have tape that is in bulk. Otherwise it can get pretty pricey. So all I've done now is I've added the second layer with some tape, and then I'm going to add the third layer. Now the third layer, you can definitely just put it down. That's totally okay. Tape it down if you want to, or if you have any pop dots, you can push them out a little bit. Just add some pop dots and then this will rise to the surface. I don't see any pop dots close to me. I'm looking in my little bag here. Looks like I'm out of pop dots today. So pop dots are just a little piece of foam with some adhesive on both sides, and I use those to pop up sayings, but I don't have it in front of me, and it looks like I probably need to go get some more. So I'm going to go ahead and just tape the next layer on, and I'm just going to tape it here to the card. And then I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to do this one that says Happy Mother's Day. And I'm just going to go ahead and add this one. And again, just taping the layers down. It's really simple. Anybody can tape layers down. And I try to make this kit super easy for you to do. And if you like these kits, these Christian card kits, just let me know so that I can continue to make them for you. I really enjoy making them, and I'm happy to make them if they're ones that you like. I will put the link to purchase, and of course if you're a Momentum member, it is included in your membership. I will put the link as well below for Momentum if you have any questions about that. So I'm going to go ahead and just add some of these little flowers on the bottom. You can use glue stick as well. If you don't have one of these tape guns, you can definitely use glue sticks. I can just grab this one here. This is just a Elmer's all-purpose glue stick. Just grab a piece of scratched paper and just start layering the flowers. I really like layering flowers. I think they are so pretty when you layer them together and create just beautiful designs that just kind of pop out and just show like that you put a lot of effort into this card, even if you didn't necessarily put a lot of effort into this card. It's really a matter of just printing it out and cutting and gluing, and it's so super easy. And I think, you know, whoever gets this card will be happy. And you know what's cool about this, I'm just going to add this last flower just to kind of create more of that layer here. And I think I'll probably put one up here too. Maybe a pink one instead. And I tend to layer more these days. I just really enjoy the process of just adding to my art. But if that's not your jam, you don't have to. I just think it creates so much interest, you know, in whatever you're doing. And I think what happens is people get these cards and they see how many layers are on them and they think, oh my gosh, what a lot of effort. And you saw it wasn't that much of an effort to put together this card. And it's so gorgeous. And cards are so expensive at the store these days. My husband bought me one the other day and it was like $5. And I was like, why don't you just grab one that I made? But, you know. So that's really how you make this. And of course, if you're not making for... if you're making it for somebody, maybe for their birthday, maybe your best friend, maybe you have a best friend, you could replace Happy Mother's Day with Happy Birthday, okay? And you can also then, if you didn't want the I Love Mom there, you could then layer flowers on top of this as well. So you would just have two people just having all kinds of fun. But I want her to say I love Mom because it's my Mother's Day card that I'm going to give to my mom. But you could just continue to layer a bunch of flowers. You can see here I'm doing it. And you would just have a really cute birthday card for somebody if you wanted to. Let me zoom in so you can see a little bit. The pretty card that you can make for someone's birthday. So that is option 2. And then here is our final card. This is option 1. I hope that this tutorial was helpful to you. And again, if you do like the cards, please let me know so that I can make sure to put them on the list of things to create. The more and more you tell me you like things, the more and more I'm able to make them for you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And be sure to like our page and receive notifications. And you have a wonderful day now. Goodbye!